Today is a really busy day. We're gonna start at, one of my lower end homes, but nevertheless, it's a gorgeous house. We just put it on the market yesterday.
For West Coast super broker Aaron Kerman, time is literally money. He's got a helicopter waiting to whisk him and a client off to see a property worth over $100 million. But first, he's hosting an open house in a big-time celebrity neighborhood in the Hollywood Hills.
Keanu Reeves lives in the neighborhood. Leonardo DiCaprio lives in the neighborhood. Most recently, Avicii bought a home for $16 million. The home that we're selling, actually, Megan Mullally lived in it.
Megan Mullally made big money on the hit show Will and Grace, but she made a fortune in real estate. She originally paid $3.9 million for this home, and a few years later, she more than doubled her money and sold it for nearly $10 million. The Hollywood actress seems to have a thing for real estate. She also bought the house next door and paid $5.2 million. 5 years later, she sold it for an undisclosed amount.
We've already had 3 celebrity calls of people that want to buy it. I can't give you the names, it's gotta be confidential, but trust me when I say they would be very well known. When we got the house, it was staged just very poorly. And as a real estate agent, it really is our job to set the stage. It really does help us to get the top dollar on behalf of our sellers.
The owner spent 30 grand to make this place look perfect. And in LA, even the garage is staged. Fancy cars parked in the garage may just help Aaron sell this place.
We're really expecting a very quick sale.
And in an open house like this, the super rich don't want just anyone tromping through their home. This is VIP only.
When we focus on very high-end properties, anywhere between 10 million and it goes up to 100, they're the owners of the homes do not want, the general public to be going through their homes. What they will allow often is brokers to come into the homes, take a look at it and see if it's right for their clients. What sells in today's market is views.
And these views are worth millions. Asking price, nearly $13 million. After the open house, Aaron has to rush to Bel Air to show an outrageous property. It's so huge that the best way to see it, in fact, the only way to see it, is from the sky.
I'm gonna be meeting my client, Richard Weintraub, who is one of the top developers in the United States. He owns hundreds of millions of dollars worth of developments and properties. And I'm gonna be showing him a Bel Air piece of land that I have on the market.
All right, so how big a deal is Richard Weintraub? Well, this is his beach house. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That's just the pool house at his beach house.
I've worked with Richard for many years. I currently have his $55 million home on the market. Hey, guys.
How are you?
Hi.
Mwah.
So good to see you.
Hey, buddy. How are you, man?
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Let's go look at some good property.
All right, fantastic.
Have
After
fun,
you.
guys.
All right, thanks.
I
See
don't
you.
do helicopters. So.
Bye, Maya.
The chopper they're in is one of a kind. It's got Rolls-Royce engines and was built for millionaire adventurer Steve Fawcett. It's valued at more than $7 million.
I'm very spoiled by this helicopter.
You really are.
Wow.
Richard, look at the scale and mass of this area.
This isn't just any piece of property. What Aaron's about to show Richard is the last remaining parcel of land in all of Bel Air. It's nearly 260 acres, or about 6% of the entire city.
If anybody has a vision on how to develop a piece of property or a piece of land, it's Richard. I've already proposed to Richard that he builds 18 of the biggest, newest estates in LA surrounded by a golf course.
But Richard's got something else in mind.
The opportunity to have an equestrian center right in the middle of Bel Air. Being able to pull through your gates, get on your horse, up through your vineyards, up through your organic gardens is a spectacular and very rare opportunity.
And for this rare opportunity, Richard's gonna have to pony up some serious cash.
This is a major investment for the buyer. List price is $125 million. The beautiful thing is, sky's the limit on this, and really it's up to a buyer to figure out what their vision is and execute it.
Some of the super rich like to show off their wealth, but others like to keep it on the inside.
We are in Upper Brookville community called Chestnut Hill. It's one of the best and the most prestigious places on North Shore, Long Island.
So it's like the gold of the Gold Coast.
the gold of the Gold Coast.
Wow. All right, I was not expecting this. It's like Versailles and then you've got a swimming pool off the living room. Wow.
Yes, you have a water view, but water view is indoors.
You've heard of Center Hall Colonials. Well, this is a Center Pool Mega Mansion. All right, let's see some more.
Let's do that. Take a look at this enormous space. Open, light, bright, and this kitchen is absolutely phenomenal. Robert, welcome to Oasis.
This is like one of those Roman baths. I keep waiting for Caligula and his harem to come out here, strip down and jump in the pool. That would be fun. Whoa. This is a master suite. Holy cow.
Robert, I'm just
This
going
goes
to
on
be
forever.
very quiet because this room speaks for itself.
It certainly does. Wow, this is like if Napoleon and Liberace had a bedroom. It kind of would look like this. This 10,000 square foot estate has 7 bedrooms, 9 baths, and a few more super rich surprises downstairs. Wow. Oh man, this is nice.
What are we watching?
What's one of your favorite movies?
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. All right, I hope you're not insinuating anything. Your own bowling alley in the basement. That is fantastic.
How good are you at bowling?
Not so good. Look at that. Two pins. Two
Phenomenal.
pole pins.
My turn.
Your turn.
My
You're
turn.
not even wearing the shoes.
I don't need shoes.
Look, you can't be serious until you're wearing the shoes. Gutter, gutter, going, gutter, going.
Yes!
Oh my gosh, strike!
Strike! I am that good.
I'm done. I'm going home. The super rich know how to entertain, and the price to play here is pretty steep. $12,995,000.
Great pleasure as always, Robert.
I love this house. I gotta work on my bowling, but
Just a bit.
maybe next time.
Next time.
All right, until the next mansion, see you soon.
Casey, how are you?
Doing great.
You may not recognize this guy, but he's kind of a big deal in LA real estate. You know those guys who sell $1 million listings? Well, this is their boss. Jeff Hyland is the president of Hilton and Highland. And yes, we're talking about those Hiltons. Jeff's partner is Paris Hilton's dad. Now, normally, Jeff likes to stay out of the spotlight, but today, he's giving us rare access.
How have you been?
Been great. Come on in.
His client, Casey Borman, is getting ready to sell a very unique property that he inherited from his father.
The room meant something to him because the ceilings are like the hull of a ship. Frank Gehry did an incredible job.
That's right, Frank Gehry designed this home. He, of course, is one of the most famous architects in the world. Gehry built the Guggenheim Museum in Spain and the Walt Disney Concert Hall in downtown LA. He also built the tallest residential building in all of New York, and most recently, the Opus building in Hong Kong. But to Casey, it's no big deal.
I remember it from being a small child going to Frank's office and watching the models be built.
The thing is, Gary's not really building private homes anymore. He only built around 30 of them, so owning one now is like owning a Picasso, extremely valuable. If Jeff can sell this house for the asking price, it will be the most expensive Gehry home ever sold.
My dad bought the original house that was here in 1969. Paid less than $500,000 for it. He so overpaid, I think the sellers felt bad. They left the furniture and the silverware behind.
Casey's dad tore down the old house and hired Frank Gehry to design a new one. That one decision is going to make his family tens of millions of dollars.
Jeff, I want you to see this view.
It's magnificent.
You know, my dogs are friends with Pierce Brosnan's dogs. We wander down the beach.
But Casey's dad didn't care about being neighbors with Pierce Brosnan. He bought 4 beachfront lots so he'd have enough room to play a little tennis.
Honestly, he wouldn't have bought such a big house except that he was just obsessed with tennis, like I'm obsessed with it today.
So Casey's dad built what is now one of the most expensive tennis courts in the country.
You know, Jeff, I don't know if you're going to be able to find a buyer that wants a tennis court sitting on $12 million of land.
Casey is quick to point out that even if you're no Rafael Nadal, you'd still enjoy all that space.
We've also tented the court off and put down a dance floor, and it's a great place to throw a huge party. This is where my wife and I had our wedding reception.
And that is how Jeff is marketing this place. The perfect party pad for an architectural connoisseur. The asking price for this Malibu mansion? Nearly $49.8 million.